Hi everybody, welcome back and happy 2019. Doesn't really roll off the tongue as well as 2018, does it? But it's going to be an amazing year. I can already feel it. But today's video is going to be my best in beauty 2018. So I wanted to show you guys all of my favorite products from this past year, everything that I loved that stayed in my everyday makeup bag throughout the year. And I feel like it's so important to do these types of videos and sort of reflect on your favorite things, especially these days, because I don't know if it's just me, but I can barely keep up with all the products coming out sometimes. I feel like brands are just churning and burning out the products, from permanent products to limited edition collections to collabs. Honestly, my head is already spinning. Sometimes I cannot even keep up. So I feel like it's just important to remember the products that held your heart over the past year, because they have feelings too. Okay? Looking out over all these products, for almost every category, I have something from the drugstore, like more of an affordable item, and then a high-end product too. So there's a little bit of everything. Not for every single category, but I didn't really plan it that way. It's just kind of how it worked out. But anyways, why don't we just go ahead and get started, because that is actually my only resolution for this year, for 2019, is to do things now and not later. So make sure you're subscribed, give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and make sure you hit the bell notification button so you get notifications from me, and let's get started. Okay guys, so the first category is primers, and I want to show you guys these by Laura Mercier. I love all of the Laura Mercier primers, but I feel like I use two different formulas for two different things. So the Protect one has SPF 30. This one is incredible, of course, in the summertime when you want that added sun protection, but also just to give your skin a really pretty radiance. And if I don't want that extra glow, the Laura Mercier foundation primer, the oil-free one, is the way to go. Sometimes I even use them together. I know that sounds crazy, but I did that on my wedding day. Like, I used the oil-free in my T-zone in areas I didn't want to get shiny, and I used the Protect sort of on the outer edges of my face. And you can use them together, you know, different times of the year, whatever you want to do, but they always make your foundation look really, really good. And then this one I've been using constantly. I'm wearing it today. I love this. You guys know this. I have issues with primers. Sometimes they look terrible on my skin when I pair them with certain foundations. And this one looks good with every single foundation I've ever tried with it. I don't know, it's just a great go-to. So this is the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business Skin Primer. This is the Skin Smoothing. And just so you guys know ahead of time, there's gonna be a lot of Holy Grail talk in this video, because I found a lot of Holy Grail products this year, and this one is definitely no exception. So this is the Healthy Foundation by Physicians Formula. Again, I wore this on my wedding day. That says so much about a product. Like, this is the foundation I decided to wear. It held up beautifully. This just always looks radiant and natural and skin-like on the skin. I feel like the shades stay so true and really blend in with my natural skin tone so well. I have two shades that I use that no matter what, I can use one or the other, and one of them is gonna match me at any point. And this product is just incredibly blendable. It works so well with a beauty blender. It just flawlessly airbrushes everything out. I love the bottle too. It just feels more expensive than it is. And the big doe foot applicator just kind of makes it fun to apply, really. Just kind of targeting certain areas and tracing it all over your face. I just enjoy applying this product. I really, really love it so much. And I'm so happy I discovered this year. Really, really loved the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin foundation. I think this one came out towards the end of the summer, and the shade that I wear is Y325. If I forget to mention any shades in this video, they will be down below. Sometimes I'll even mix these two together just to, I don't know, just to mix them together. This one is more of that full glam look. It's gonna give you more coverage, but the thing that I like about this is that you don't sacrifice your skin's texture or, you know, a good feeling on the skin for that full coverage. It still feels super light and looks really, really natural. And I actually almost didn't mention this product in this video, and I thought, what am I doing? Who am I? What am I doing? This is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I did try out so many new foundations this year, but honestly, this one is just an incredible product. This will always be a holy grail for me. I have to talk about it, and I just love the way this looks. It's sort of, the finish of this is almost like a happy medium between these two. You can get a super full glam look with this, but I love just layering up ultra thin layers of it. Like, I'll do one layer, apply a little bit more, and then just touch up and spot treat on like a third time around the face, and by that time it's just, you are flawless. And then this next one you guys might be a little surprised by, because I don't think I mentioned it in a video yet or used it in a tutorial yet, But this is the Bare Minerals Original Foundation. And this is one of the first high-end foundations, if not the first one I ever used in college when I started really getting into makeup. And I started using it again this year, especially when I was pregnant and I had no energy. I'm talking zero energy for makeup. I couldn't even think about applying liquid foundation to my face. This was so great because I could just swish this all over my face with a kabuki brush, and incredibly, I don't know how it does it. It's a powder, but it doesn't look powdery or dry or anything on your face. It just looks like your skin looks great. Okay guys, so moving on to concealers. I never, ever apply concealer without applying this first. And I'm talking never, ever, 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 ever. Unless I have like 2 seconds to get ready, you know what I mean? So I use this Benefit Boing Brightening Concealer in shade number 1 every time I do my makeup, pretty much. I wish there was a shade that was a little bit lighter than this one, just a scotch. But for the most part, this works perfectly for me. It's actually like a peachy salmon tone. The color works so well to just completely erase those half moon little, that's a really nice word for those dark circles, those pesky dark under eye circles, but it just kind of erases them. It's a really nice consistency. It's definitely like a thicker product, but it doesn't look thick and cakey under the eyes. Thick and cakey under the eyes. It's been harder and harder for me to conceal my dark circles because my skin under there is not getting any thicker, people. It's not getting any better. So this I cannot be without. This is honestly a staple in my makeup routine. I love this, and I feel like I need it more and more every day because I feel like my dark circles are getting darker and darker by the day. This is like my go-to concealer combo right here. This Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer is so good. It's so good. The consistency of it is what makes this special because it has a nice radiant consistency to it, but I find a lot of times radiant concealers, again, don't cover up the shadowiness under my eyes. You can sort of see through them a little bit better. This one is great. It has a perfect like thickness to it where it feels light and it looks light, but you still get the coverage. It's just a really like soft, silky type of product. It just blends so well. The only caveat being I don't apply this to my lids as an eyeshadow base. For some reason, it just creases on my lids. I can't get it to not crease on my lids. So one thing I don't use this for, but it's a beautiful, beautiful concealer. The next product, again, this is another holy grail. I am so glad I discovered this year. I feel like I don't hear a lot of people talking about this, but I don't know, maybe everybody's talking about it and I just am out of the loop, you know? This is the Becca Ultimate Coverage Longwear Concealer. When they say ultimate coverage, they are not lying. This concealer is seriously, this is no joke. It is the highest coverage concealer I've ever tried in my entire life. I honestly feel like it blows Shape Tape out of the water. It is crazy. And I think that's why they designed it with this like stiffer applicator. It's kind of hard to get a lot of product out. I feel like they did that for a reason. Could be easy to go overboard with this, but let me tell you, as somebody who has struggles with dark circles, like I've been saying, this is incredible. It's so, so good. It just completely like wipes everything out. You'll notice I'm not mentioning Shape Tape in this video, and I used to only use that, and now I only use these. And I feel like it would just be wrong of me to not mention my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This one is great for your lids as an eyeshadow base or anywhere on your face, under your eyes. I find that this one never creases. It always just looks gorgeous on the skin because it has this amazing like whipped mousse-like texture to it that I really have never found in any other concealer. It's just a very unique texture, and again, it always looks really nice and airbrushed. I have actually used this like all over my face as a foundation before. I don't literally like slather it all over. I mean, I kind of do. I kind of do slather it all over. It's honestly, I feel like a classic at this point. Moving on to powders. I'm going to talk about loose setting powders first. It's such a key product for me, and I've said this before, but it can honestly make or break your makeup. Like if you apply the right setting powder, it just brightens everything up, sets it, makes it look so like flawless and professional and perfect. Or you apply the wrong one and it darkens your concealer, your under eyes look tired and dry, and it's just a mess pretty much. So a good setting powder is important, moral of the story. So this one is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. I love the shades in this. So this one is Fair 05. I feel like this brightens my under eye better than a lot of other high-end powders that I've tried recently that we're gonna talk about really soon. The shade. This is a really good one. Again, it doesn't affect your concealer, it doesn't alter it or darken it. And then this one is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder, and the shade that I use a lot of times is Cupcake. It sort of has this, it's very light, but it's not white. It has like a light pinkish tone to it, which I feel like, again, brightens really well without looking like stark white. Some people say that it stinks. I love the smell of it, like almost like in a unhealthy way. It's kind of like the scent of gasoline. Not that this smells like gasoline, but you know how some people love that smell and some people hate it? I feel like that's like how this is. It smells so good. I like that you can bake with it. You can apply it with a brush really lightly to set your under eye. That works too. And there's lots of shades in the range. That is so awesome to me because a lot of times loose powder only come out in one shade, and more often than not, it's already too dark for me. So I like this. Then a powder that I have loved forever. This is one that I will just always use. I will always go back to. It is the MAC Studio Fix powder, and the shade that I have used, I think the majority of the time this year, is NC30. It just always increases the coverage of whatever liquid foundation, whatever product you have in your face. It sets it beautifully. It makes it last forever, and it just gives it this incredible look to your face, like just very flawless. This year I also discovered the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder. You look at it, it kind of looks like a mineralized skin finish. It has that glowy baked sort of look to it, and I actually apply this to my face when I feel like it looks too powdery. Rewind that, it's a powder. Doesn't seem like that would make sense, but for some reason it just makes your skin look more hydrated and radiant and natural, and it just gives this beautiful luminosity to the skin. It's really incredible stuff. Like if you would just use this on its own on the skin, you wouldn't notice it. It's almost like you have to use it as a finishing powder to really see the effects, you know, something over a liquid foundation, something like that. Okay, so now we're talking about bronzers. Also, let me just get something out of the way. I don't like my makeup today. I just have to say it. I don't like it. I applied eyeliner for the first time in a really long time, which I liked, but then the lashes I feel like were just way too much. And these are my favorite lashes I'm gonna be talking about in this video, but I feel like with this eye look, the lashes, I needed some shadow. You know what I mean? I don't know, like my eyes are looking weird. Oh. I just had to throw that out there, and now we're gonna move on with our lives. Bronzers. We're gonna talk about bronzers. I'm also just going to quickly mention this one. You guys know what it is. Say it with me. MAC Give Me Sun. It is such a beautiful bronzer. It's extremely warm toned. It gives this really warm, gingery softness, like a very ultra peachy bronze look to the skin. It also has a really nice, creamy, smooth finish. So it's never gonna look uneven or patchy or anything like that. This one I also used a ton this year. I feel like you could kind of classify this as a MAC Give Me Sun light because it's very much that peachy bronze look, and it's very warm, but it's just softer, it's just lighter. So you can see the two next to each other, you know what I mean? It's just a little bit softer. It is the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder, and I use the shade 01 Natural, it's the lighter one. Then the Too Faced Sweethearts Bronzer. I don't know where I've been on this. I just discovered this year. Like, this has been around forever, right? It's been around for a while. This is just that perfect middle of the road color. You actually have two colors in here, which is really great. It's like a golden bronze, but not too warm, not too cool. It falls right in that perfect happy medium. And it is glowy, like it is shimmery, but when you apply it on the skin, you don't see any little like sparkle coming through. It just gives this natural, incredible radiance to the skin. And I think this is honestly the perfect bronzer for a more fair complexion. It's just so beautiful. The color's spot on, the finish is gorgeous. Oh, and I have another one. This is the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. Is a really great cool tone bronzer, and this one I love for contouring the face. I really love it for contouring the nose, and I've been using it so much recently as a cooler tone transition on the eyes, or just a really nice neutral transition for the eyes. If you just want to pop it in your crease really quickly, it always looks good and it always blends out so perfectly on the eyes. Okay, so I do feel like 2018 for me was the year of getting back into blush. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop blusher. It's a hard one to say, but it's beautiful. This is the shade First Love, and these blushes sort of have a little bullseye pattern like that, or it's just two colors. I always just swirl them together and apply it. This one is really pretty. It's just a nice nude coral tone. Really love these Laura Mercier blushes too. These are the Color Infusion blushes. I have two colors that I go back and forth with. This one is Ginger. It's kind of the more warm tone one. And then this is Chai. You can see they honestly look really similar on camera, but this one is definitely a bit more pink. So back to Essence, this is a really affordable blush. This is the Satin Touch blush in the shade Satin Coral. I wore this on my cheeks for like 4 months straight. I love how tiny and like slim it is, so easy to travel with. It has this beautiful finish, like it really is a gorgeous satin finish. It just looks so nice on the skin. I don't have time to go through and swatch out every single product in this video because there's a lot of products to talk about here, but it's really pretty, just a bit of a softer coral. So now moving on to highlighters. This is a really hard category to narrow down. So this one is a cream highlighting product. It's like a cream highlighting stick by Hourglass. It is the Vanish Champagne Flash. It's kind of softer though, you know what I mean? It's not crazy, but it looks so beautiful when you just pop it on, blend it out with a beauty blender. And I love to use this because I just feel like it gives your powder highlighter, when layered on top, it just gives it this other dimension of reflectiveness. It just really takes it to the next level and kind of looks even more lit from within. I think this might be the only product from a collab that's making it into this video because I use the heck out of this thing. This is the Dose of Colors and I Love Sarah E Soulmate Highlighter. And what really struck me about this, first of all, I just love the packaging. This is really fun. The color looked like it might be a scotch too deep for me, but it wasn't. It worked so perfectly. It kind of looks like it's gonna be this rose gold or like a tan color, but you apply it to the skin and like, look at that. Doesn't it look like way lighter than you would think? So I absolutely love this. It looks really creamy and beautiful on your cheekbones. Okay, I straight up lied. I also have another collab. This is the Amrezy and Anastasia Beverly Hills highlight. This is a yellowy champagne, that classic highlight shade that you sort of think of. I use this all summer long. It just kind of gave you that really pretty golden goddess glow. I think I'm wearing that one today on my cheeks. That's what that one looks like. NARS Fort de France. Really pretty, you guys. It's a bit softer. It's not quite as glassy looking, but it's sort of a peachy pink golden type of feel. Kind of gives you that soft, diffused type of light to your cheekbones. It's a little bit softer, you can see, but this one is really good as like a first layer highlighter, or if you just want a softer glow that day. I also lived in, like, you can see when I open this thing how much I used it. This is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlighter in the shade Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. It's a duo. This one is gorgeous, and I love this because it gives you that ultra bright, almost pink tone, like icy looking highlight, but it's not white or chalky looking on the face. That's the word I'm looking for. It doesn't look chalky. It just looks like ice queen. The Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in the shade Molten Rose Gold is so gorgeous. And this one is awesome because when you touch it, it feels like you're touching a fabric almost. Like it feels like a velvet when you touch it. It's so soft and it looks so creamy and pretty on the skin. And I loved this one because it had that little bit of a pink tint to it. This one is really pretty. I love all the Master Chrome highlighters. And the last highlighter, promise, is the Too Faced. I think this is called like the Diamond Glow or Diamond Highlighter. It actually doesn't say anywhere on the box, but it does come in this adorable ring box. Very fitting. Again, wore this one on my wedding day. Just feel like I have to mention that because you wear your most favorite products on your wedding day. And this one seems like it might be an interesting choice because it sort of looks like an opal when you look at it. It has all these colors mixed together. Purple, pink, blue, green. So you would think it might give sort of a festival effect on your cheekbones. If you do a hard swatch of this, it does look blue. Like you can see that. But when you really blend it down, it just gives this beautiful like diamond bright glow. It's unique, it's really cool packaging, and it's absolutely stunning on your cheekbone. So I love this one so much. Okay, let's talk about brows. I feel like this past year was a big year for me for eyebrows because I found a lot of products that sort of changed my life. They definitely changed my brows, and one of them is the Hourglass Arch Brow Volumizing Fiber Gel. Don't be scared by the fiber part. It's sort of just a brow gel. But this, again, holy grail product. First of all, the color is blonde, the one that I use, and it's actually one that blondes can use. It has a really cool little spoolie on there with a longer side, so you can really brush up the inner part of your eyebrows and get sort of that feathery look that's very on trend right now. But that's kind of the look that it gives you, just a very soft, feathery, like soft sculpted look to your eyebrows. This is like one of my top 5 discoveries of the year, I'd say. Sometimes I'll use this by itself and just do a full, like really nice natural look to my eyebrows by itself, or I'll fill it in lightly with this first and then go in with the Lancome, the Lancome Brow Define Pencil in shade 02 Blonde, and just further sculpt them out and get more of a precise look. You can use this all by itself too. I feel like this pencil is incredibly tiny, but it's so creamy, so it just melts into itself. Like as you're layering it up, it just kind of just blurs all together, and before you know it, you have a finished eyebrow. It just makes doing my eyebrows so much easier and quicker. I absolutely love this thing. And again, I love the Clear Brow Gel by Anastasia, but I still pretty much get my eyebrows started again with the Hourglass product, but I do love the Anastasia Beverly Hills Tinted Brow Gel in the shade Blonde. This is a great brow gel. It is shimmery. I feel like that shimmeriness just makes your eyebrows look a bit more dimensional and realistic. It doesn't look like you have like a metallic eyebrow or anything like that, but I'll use this if I've gone overboard filling in my brows and I need to soften them a little bit, and it also sets them into place. So this is a great product. So I didn't really wear a lot of eyeliner this year. I'm kind of trying to get back into it, as you can see, possibly failing. I'm not sure. When I did, I was wearing the Tarte Sex Kitten eyeliner, and this is a felt tip liquid liner. Very, very long, extremely tapered felt tip on this one though, so you can get a very tapered wing to your eyeliner. I just find it to be so easy to use, and it never runs dry. Like it never gives you a faded, weird line. It's just always very pigmented and jet black, and it has a little cat on the cap. Like what is not to love about that? And then also the Maybelline Master Precise All Day Liner. Again, this one might actually even be a little bit longer, but same exact shape. Ultra long, ultra tapered. Same with pencil liner. I'm sort of starting to ease back into it. There was a day when I wore black eyeliner in my waterline every single day, and I smoked it out every single day. That lower lash line just smoked out. And now I apply that and I just look at myself and I think, I don't love it. I honestly prefer just an ultra thin, like feather light line of powder eyeshadow and barely any mascara on my lower lash line. When I'm tight lining the upper lash line, if I just want to do a light smudge, or if I'm trying to get back into the lower lash line, you know, waterline situation, these are my favorite eyeliners. Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in 0, which is your blackest black shade, and then Demolition, which is a really gorgeous, like velvety matte, ultra dark brown. And the other thing is they come in pretty much any color you can imagine, so you have creative freedom there. Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. This is like a sooty black ultra matte mascara. It has a big old chunky brush on there. It looks like you could clean out a chimney with this thing. I do love a good Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. I've loved this mascara since the day it came out. The upper lash line, specifically the lower lash line, Benefit Roller Lash is amazing because it has a really precise wand and it doesn't put down a whole lot of products. You can really get in there and just apply a very light amount. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, I do want to talk to you guys about these eyelashes I have on, but I don't feel like this eye look is the best showcase for these lashes. I feel like they look best with more eyeshadow. That being said, I love these so much. They are the Eyelure Luxe Baroque lashes, and these are the Mink Effect lashes. I wore these so much this year. There's also the Opulent style, and the ones that I have on right now are a little bit more flared than this style, but these look so expensive, so luxurious. Like you paid a ton of money for them, and you can find them at the drugstore and you can reuse them. I wore these out this year. I wore them so much. I talked about these in my New Year's Eve makeup look, but the Peaches and Cream loose eyeshadows are so good, you guys. I would really highly recommend trying them out. They come in a lot of different colors, but I just picked the two that I used in that video. I really honestly like all the colors that I have, but Disco and Gatsby are insane. I guarantee you, if you wear these on your eyes and apply these to your lids, somebody's gonna ask you what you're wearing. They just look like this otherworldly, like sparkly, melted metal on the eyes. They're so unique and gorgeous. I was obsessed with this palette. This is the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk eyeshadow palette, and I loved this so much. I feel like this was everything that I could have ever asked for in an eyeshadow palette. It gave me corals and peachy tones and like rust tones, purples, glitters, everything you could ever ask for in like a delicious sunset eyeshadow look you could find in this palette. And the consistency of these shadows are so incredible and just like insanely rich and pigmented. You can layer a ton of these eyeshadows up and you can still see like everything that you've applied. They don't just all melt together into a muddy mess. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette was huge for me this year. I love the way Anastasia does her palettes because a lot of times she'll sort of recycle shades from one palette to the next. And I love that because they're always really functional, usable shades like burnt orange, orange soda, sienna, cypress umber. Those are colors that work. Those are colors you can build an eye look with. You know, they are just perfect go-to warm tones that look amazing on everyone. I just use the heck out of this thing. Oh, and there was Tempera too, which is like the best bright lid setting color ever. This is one of my favorite eyeshadows of all time, and she included it again in Soft Glam. So even though there's a lot of recycled shades, they're shades that I love, and there's a lot of new ones in here too, and you can just see the vibe of this is just very warm and glowy. There's a little bit of smoke. You know, you can do a lot with this, and I did a lot with it. One that I was really blown away by in 2018 was the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I really love this palette. I don't know if it was just me, but I felt like the quality of the shadows or the texture of these shadows was so much better and like, I don't know, like different than Urban Decay eyeshadows in the past. I don't know if that's just me. They kind of feel more like the Huda Beauty ones, like really rich and like soft and just ultra pigmented. It's a little all over the place color-wise. You have everything from fuchsia to orange to, you know, green and blue and copper and coral. It is a little bit all over the place, but when I look at it, I love it. Like, it still works. And a palette that is a bit more affordable that I loved this past year was the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Ultimate Neutrals eyeshadow palette. They recently came out with one that has a bit more color to it, but this one is just straight up neutrals. Maybe you look at this and think, not that exciting. Maybe you love neutrals, so it's really exciting for you. Either way, this is functional. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have cool tones, warm tones, neutral tones, light tones, dark tones. You have everything in here. So this was great for me when I was working with another eyeshadow palette that maybe didn't have a transition color that would work for my skin tone. I wanted something more peachy or something like really neutral. I use the heck out of these colors up here. Just like nice, super soft transition shadows. This deeper color here was great. The quality of these shadows is really great too. Highly recommend. Are we almost done? Oh my God. Is it 2020 yet? I feel like I've been in here for 365 days talking about makeup. Okay, we are almost done, you guys. We're on the lips. I'm gonna save you guys showing you all like 5,000 different lip colors because here's the deal. I feel like I just try new lip colors all the time. Honestly, I don't even remember. That's the honest to God truth. I don't even remember what I used this year. Like, I just try new liquid lipsticks all the time. There are so many, a lot of the Dose of Colors collabs that came out, the glosses, the liquid lips in those collections were incredible. I feel like those stand out in my mind as being really, really amazing. So I really am gonna pare it down. Like, we're paring it on down. This is the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Balm, and this is super thick. Like, when you apply this, you almost feel like you're gonna break it. You have to be kind of careful and like tap it on. It's just ultra rich. The reason that I love this so much, it doesn't have like a ton of slippery slip to it. So you can apply it and then go over top of it with your lip liner, your lip color, whatever you want to do. Makes your lips look amazing and holds in the moisture, really seals it in, but it doesn't make your lip color slide all over the place or something. It almost just kind of like grips onto your lips. There were 2 lip liners that stole the show for me this year. This is the Zoeva Graphic Lips lip liner in the shade Eternal Brightness. This is like the perfect lighter nude lip liner, and this is a lighter nude if you don't want it to venture into like beige brown territory. You just really actually want it to be like peachy. That's what this is. You can see how short this is. I mean, I really wore the crap out of this. This is more of a recent discovery, but I absolutely love it. The Pat McGrath Labs Permagel Ultra Lip Pencil in the shade Supernatural. This is a shade that I don't know, in the past it may not have been like an everyday go-to shade for me, but it is now, girl. I'm wearing it today. I wear this all the time, and it's deeper. You know what I mean? Like, you might not think that this would be an everyday type of shade for me, but I'm sort of digging more of that cocoa nude type of color. And so you guys can see, you know, it does soften out. It's like a warmer tone. Really pretty when you blend it down too. It glides on really easily, and it lasts a super long time. So that's what it looks like with nothing over top. This one I don't hear anybody talking about really, but it's the Pretty Vulgar Poisonous Pout Plumping Lip Gloss, and I guess the shade is Perennial Kiss. There's another lighter peach color of this that I couldn't find. I think I actually used up the whole thing and threw it out. It's an amazing, very pale peach, so gorgeous. I'll try to find it and link it down below or list it down below. But this one is a little bit more of a pink color like that. And it's a pinky nude. They make your lips look so full and plumped up and juicy, and the colors are really nice. I would layer this one with the lighter one, and that was my go-to lip all summer. And this last one is big because this is again, top 5 Holy Grail products of the year. And it is a lip gloss. Like, when do you ever really say a lip gloss is Holy Grail? A lip gloss is a lip gloss is a lip gloss, right? Wrong. This one is so freaking pretty. The Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb Universal Lip Luminizer by Fenty Beauty. It gives your lip a dew, a glow, if you will. There's something about this gloss. First of all, it smells like watermelon candy starburst amazingness. Somebody told me what it smelled like in one of the comments of a recent video. I love the packaging. It's like chunky little geometric packaging. It has like a chunky applicator on this thing. Something about the way the shimmer particles are suspended in this gloss is so cool because it gives you that like glowy, like ultra slick, shiny, juicy look to your lips, but then reflects right at the exact places you would want it to. Like, you applied a highlighter to the top of your lip right here and like right here. Like, you applied a separate product, but you didn't. It's all one gloss. Everything about this is perfect. Absolutely love this. So much so that I call it a Holy Grail gloss. I lied. I have one last product, an oldie but a goodie. I have to talk about MAC Fix Plus for one little second. This does everything. It's the ultimate multitasker. You can use it to prep your skin. You can use it to set your makeup, to bring back a skin-like look to your face if it looks really dry and powdery. You can use it to rehydrate your beauty blender as you're applying your makeup, to help thin out your concealers and your foundations that you're applying, to make them look a little bit more natural on the skin as you're applying them. Apply loose eyeshadows, to enhance highlighter, to make it give more of an extra pop and more of an extra reflection. You can do so much with this product. It's so unassuming. And my friends, that's a wrap. That is it for this video. I don't know what I could possibly say that hasn't already been said at this point. I really need a lozenge for my throat because I think I have strep throat from doing this video. Okay, anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much. If you are still watching, thank you so much. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a great year of trying out products. I'm so excited to see what 2019 has in store, what kind of new products are gonna come out, what kind of new trends will come out and people will be obsessed with for like 5 minutes and then move on to the next thing. I'm so excited to see what the world of beauty has in store for us. We can find out together. So I love you guys again so much. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.